Have you ever wondered about the complexities of conflict in regions far removed from your own? Welcome to Ethiopia Insight, where we keep you updated with the most recent and vital events. More than 50,000 people displaced by clashes in northern Ethiopia, UN says. The international community has expressed concern about the violence involving fighters from rival regions. The number of people displaced by the armed clashes in Alamata town and Raya Alamata, Zada and Ofla since 13th of April has reached more than 50,000, the UN said late on Monday. The humanitarian situation is dire, with thousands of women and children in need of broad humanitarian support to survive, it added. The UN cited the figures from local authorities in the disputed area, which is claimed by Tigray and neighboring Amhara. Amhara forces occupied Raya Alamata and Welkate during a 2-year war between Ethiopia's government and regional Tigrayan forces. We understand that this conflict is not just about territorial disputes, but also about the struggle for power and control, deeply rooted in historical and ethnic complexities. In the wake of the violent clashes and the displacement of thousands, a peace agreement was struck in Pretoria in November 2022. This agreement, signed between Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's government and the Tigrayan authorities, was a beacon of hope, a promise of resolution. The Amhara forces, which had backed federal troops during the conflict, controlled contested areas with Tigray region during the Tigray War, including Raya Alamata and Welkate. There is information vacuum about the recent conflict, and the identity of the fighters involved has left many in the dark. The media, heavily restricted from northern Ethiopia, has been unable to independently verify the situation on the ground. This has caused international alarm, prompting calls for dialogue and de-escalation from several nations, including the United States, Japan, Britain, and France. Despite the agreement, tensions remain high. The Amhara Regional Administration has accused the Tigray People's Liberation Front Party, which controls Tigray, of invading Raya Alamata and other disputed areas. On the other hand, the Tigray Regional Administration argues that recent developments are attempts to derail the peace agreement. Amhara, Ethiopia's second most populous region, has been plagued by clashes since April 2023, triggered by the federal government's decision to dismantle regional forces across the country. A state of emergency imposed in the region last August is still in force. This has left the Tigrayan side with little room for maneuver, according to experts on Ethiopian politics. As this conflict continues to unravel, it's clear that the Pretoria Agreement, although a step towards resolution, has not fully addressed the deep-seated historical and ethnic complexities that fuel this conflict. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.